it's Liliana the Magnificent, and welcome back to my secondary city, Beauxbatons. In this video, I am going to talk about how to protect your city from plundering. I have been wanting to make this video for quite some time, but I've had to wait for somebody to plunder my town. I very rarely get attacked in my main city, Dukes of Honey, and so really it's been waiting here in this town to get attacked. And funny enough, I was attacked, and this little guy right here was actually plundered, and I was intending on making a video, but then I accidentally collected it, and I wanted you guys to see the visuals. So let's delve right in. If you ever log into your town and you are on your PC, you might see something with a little lightning bolt, and it'll say that you need to repair this building. That means that somebody has gotten through your defense that protects your town and has plundered one of your buildings. If you are on mobile, I'm going to pop over here, you will see a little box with a little kind of thief icon on it. So they are different. So this is what you would see on mobile, whereas this is what you see on PC. So what is plundering? Plundering is when somebody from your hood, that's one of your neighborhood members, somebody from in this general area, they'll attack your defending army and they kind of penetrate that army. And then once they penetrate it, they can then plunder or steal or take one of your productions in your city that isn't motivated. So for instance, you're going to see some of these coin buildings have little stars in them. They're motivated, which means they cannot be taken. Great buildings cannot be plundered. Special event buildings that have been motivated or cannot be plundered as well. Goods buildings can always be plundered because they cannot be motivated, so be kind of cautious about those. And then sometimes those supply buildings don't get either. Be mindful that shrines, granted, if they're unmotivated, you don't get the forge point, so these can't get taken, and also wishing wells never get plundered. But the biggest defense that I can say to protect your city from ever receiving a repair symbol or a thief symbol is that you just need to collect your city on time. So know when your collection time is and collect. You don't need really any defense if you are always prompt on collecting. So let's collect this town, and I'll kind of show you what happens when we try to collect from the plundered building. Be mindful that if something does get plundered and it's during a special event like this one right here, it does kind of screw up your actual collecting of it, especially for quests that require you to do so many productions in a city and things like that. I have been working my way through this event. I do have a video coming for it, I promise. I'm just waiting for something big that I want to spend all of my tools on. I did get a rogue shrink kit, and then I stopped after that, so I haven't really gotten too far in it, as you guys can kind of tell, but I've just been waiting. So let's talk about plundering though. So what you do is you collect it and nothing happens. You don't collect anything, you don't get anything from it, it just returns to its kind of normal state. If we go into your town hall, you can see who plundered you, and also something that I think is really, really helpful is you can rewatch the battle of what happened, so you can see what kind of units they're using. So let's go, you guys, to Hood. And then if we go to battle events, you'll be able to see these people have gotten through my defenses, and I'll show you why. And it's actually kind of funny. Before I go in, I'll just say when I had this building here get plundered, I was super confused. Well, here what had happened is it must have been in Guild Expedition, or I was working on my map and I ran out of army units. So I used my defending army units and I never replaced them. And because of that, I've been waiting for somebody else to plunder me, and now we can see. So let's see one of the battles. Most of the time these players are very active in plundering and also attacking, so it's just really neat to kind of see how they do so. And by now they probably know that I've made it very easy to attack me. But so, like, let's watch an instant and you'll see what one military unit I had, which is just one. so they can get through really easy. Don't be like me. Don't forget, always have your more than just this protecting your town. But you'll see pretty quick that they're going to destroy it, and I'll show you what we can do to kind of keep this from happening. So I made it really easy to get through, which is fine, because I wanted to make this video, but let me teach you guys how to protect yourself. So what you're going to want to do, you do have army management also on your mobile. You're going to press your army management icon, and you're going to see something in blue. Now we're going to take this guy out really quick, right here, just so that you can see. When those PvP or player versus player tournaments become active within your city, your defending army is automatically going to have two very useless, oh, actually, I don't even have any more in my, I don't have any more spear fighters. So spear fighters from that first Bronze Age are actually going to be what you're going to have two units within your town. And maybe if we attack somebody real quick, we can find somebody that has just those initial two. Get rid of those spear fighters as fast as you can and add in a variety of other units, because those will not protect your city at all. So what I try to do, and I'll show you my defending army in my main world as well, but what you do is you click within this blue area, so you need to make sure it's active, and then you select your unit. So I always say that you should have 4 heavy units protecting your city. I always then have 1 range unit in my defending army. I keep 1 soldier within my city. Oops, hold on, let's take these. Let's move these, you guys, because they're otherwise going to be kind of sassy. There we go. This is a little bit better for me to see. So you're going to want 4 heavy units, 1 range. You're going to want 1 of your light units. I always have 1 of the fast units, but what I prefer, if you can spare, you're going to want to have a champion instead of this normal. So let's go get one of our champions, and you're going to want to add that champion in. And then I always put in also 1 of the oh, I guess that wasn't a ranged unit, silly me. That was an artillery unit. Ugh, girl. Okay, so this is what the makeup is. So you have 4 of your heavy, you have 1 of the light, you have 1 of the artillery unit, 1 ranged, and then 1 of the fast, preferably a champion. This is what I always set up in my city. Then you're also going to see something, this little green around your defense. That has to do with certain buildings within your city that increase the defense in your defending army. So right now, it's this watchfire, and I believe it is, let's peek. I know it's not very high. It's just my watchfires here in this town. So my defense isn't huge, but just having a full set of 8, you have to have all 8 protecting your city, having a variety, less likelihood that people will get through that defending army, because most of their, units might die, but then they'll just kind of stay away then. So those poor people are going to have a really fun time when they realize that I've just changed my units, but I've been waiting for people to plunder, and it's fine because I don't mind. So let's quick go into my hood and see if we can't find somebody to attack that maybe just has the very basic initial 2, just so you can see. As you can tell, you guys, I haven't really popped in and looked. Okay, so you're going to see this kind of view. What I normally say is when you're attacking, kind of have that nice variety. I attack differently in my main world than I do here, just because it's a little bit rough in this world. But let's see. So I always say do not auto battle if you're going to attack a neighbor, just because you want to be in control of what's happening. And let's see. Okay, perfect. So these 2 spear fighters are the initial units you get on that defending army. Make sure, you guys, that you get rid of those and add in your more, and preferably from your actual era, not from the previous era, because these are just Bronze Age and they're useless. So get your Iron Age, just like if you're fighting in Guild Expedition or GBG, you're going to want to use your current era, not your previous era. But look at how easy it is to just get through. And so I could go and plunder, but I'm not going to. I don't plunder. That is not something that I do. FoE Helper does have a nice little kind of view of within people's cities before you attack. You can see their attack and defense, along with some things that you might be able to plunder from their city. I'll go into that more in depth in an FoE Helper video, which I do plan on getting one, you guys. I promise. It's been a very busy past couple of weeks. So let's quick pop over into my other city just so you can see some of the other things that you can do to protect your city from being plundered. So now we're going over to Dukes of Honey, you guys. Okay. I'm so excited about this event, you guys. It's one of my favorites. I can't wait to make that video for you guys. All right. Come on. You can do it. There you go. Okay. So one of the main things that I would want to say is if you're going to be away from the game for quite some time, you can set up in your tavern shop. It is very expensive, so low players, this is not something I suggest you doing unless you have, you know, a lot of coins, but I don't. Oops. Wrong one, girl. I don't even know where it is because I hardly ever use it. It's probably here. Here it is. So it's something called the City Shield, but it kind of sets up a shield around your city where people can't attack you, so then they can't plunder you. However, if somebody has attacked you and then you put up a city shield, they can still plunder you. So be mindful, it has to be up at the time of people trying to attack you. So you can kind of see, you can go up to 3 days with it. But that is one option. Another option, if we actually go into the boost, this just shows you all of the options that you have. So a lot of times, a lot of your special event buildings, these are all special event buildings, help your defense. The carousel is in this event right now. It's already come through. I think I picked up 2 just because more so of the attack versus the defense for me and the happiness I wanted. But you can see these are all special event buildings, so those are really helpful. Then you do have a couple of great buildings that help, along with I think also the Deal Castle, but that one is huge, and the medals, it's just not worth putting up. You can put up all of these smaller buildings, and a lot of them give you like forge points, so it's more beneficial to you. But Watchfires, I believe also, I think I got rid of them. Let's check. I did. I took them out of my city. So Tactician Towers are helpful for the attack boost on your defending army, and that's not outposts. Centennials, do those? What is? Oh, I don't even have any. Oh, I think the Centennials are for your actual attacking army. That's why. Okay, so yeah, those are all of the kind of big, the globe building that they put out for the archaeology event. I don't think I have any of that. Did I pick up any of that? No, I didn't. That is also a building, oops, sorry you guys, that is in for helping your defense. But yeah, so just make sure that you're collecting your city on time. Like you can see, these buildings here cannot be motivated, so they don't kind of keep you from being plundered. But yeah, just be mindful about collecting your city. That's what I'm going to say. You don't need a lot of defensive buildings if you just collect on time and you have a strong army. I should show you guys my army here in this town too. So same kind of deal. I have 4 heavies. I have 1 of the light, 1 of the ranged, 1 of the artillery, and then I have a champion. So that's always the kind of setup that I do. It's really, really helpful. And +2, you can kind of tailor these. If you do have a hood that somebody is attacking you, you can kind of see what they're using and you can tailor your army to them. But even with a really high defense, you guys, people with a higher attack boost can get through your defensive army. Like my attack boost or my attack is 59, and my defense for my defending army is 301, and people can still get through my defensive army. So it's really just, it behooves you to just collect your city on time. It matters more. Anyway, you guys, hope this is really helpful. I am so happy that I'm able to reach out to you guys again, and look for this archaeology event video coming. All right, bye!